Now about now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nexus Gaming Series playoffs. Tonight featuring Div B West, the other side that I was on, West. Can't Connect Stun, CCS, against Artemis. Excuse me, I am joined tonight by no one. It's just me, myself, and I. And actually my pupper just walked in. Wait, which way do I gotta go? There he is. Oh my god, he's so fucking cute. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, we just got the map bands in. Let me just change some of the sound here so we can hear. Alright. If there's any audio issues, please let me know. But I think we should be okay. Not sure what map we are going to yet. But these are... If I update it. These are the bands. Can't Connect Stones, CCS, banning out Dragonshire and Cursed. And then we have Artemis banning out Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Should be an excellent matchup here tonight. Both teams obviously at the top of their division. It's win or go home time, as the professional football players like to say in the playoffs. It's win or go home, it's win or go home. I mean, you still technically go home. But, you know. Alrighty. So as soon as we have a map picked out here, we'll get a lobby created and get rocking and rolling. But should be just a little bit. You'll have just enough time to go grab yourself a beer, which is actually what I might do before this all gets going. Just setting up a couple other things here on my stream, but then we'll be Gucci gang. By the way, welcome Saint Basil 1 and Littenvarg. Thanks for coming out to support CCS tonight. Alright. So yeah, everybody sit back. As soon as we got a map, we'll get going here. But till then, we're just kind of vibing. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, apologies, I am back. So here's the deal. We have CCS is the higher seed tonight. So they picked first pick, which means Artemis is going to be picking the map. They are trying to confer with their team what that choice would be, and it is must be a difficult conversation for them. No decision should be made too hastily today. It is being playoffs after all. But also, it's getting late. For me. I suppose West Coast, where they are, it's probably only 7:30. Ugh. But, yeah, anybody got anything exciting going on? Everybody's football team is doing good, and, you know, the weather getting colder, other small talk type topics to talk about. Yeah? Yeah, me too. It's cold. Is that Cursed Hollow? That must not be us, because that was banned. Everybody's playing tonight. Holy cow. A lot of games going around the league. We are still waiting for a map. Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss the lobby. Which apparently I didn't. Okay, good. What map do you think we'll see? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. So Artemis banned two very close. I would say, well, I don't know if it's so close, but spiders could like sort of be. I know it's not a 2-lane map, but it's a pretty small map. They also banned BOE, so they're probably not going to pick a 2-lane map. It'll probably be either be like Infernal or Garden. Maybe they just want to go to like a macro map. But it's really hard to judge. Every team likes something different. It's a lot easier to say what heroes they'll pick based on the map. I'm a little bit better at guessing that. I hope it's towers. I love towers. That's one of my favorite maps. It used to not be until I learned how to play it. And now it's definitely become one of my top few. Hey, we are going to Garden. Yeah. So, I was kind of right. And I said what? Infernal or Garden? And it ended up being Garden. Cool. Always good team fights on towers. Always good macro. Lots of different strategies that can go on there. So yeah, we are going to Garden of Terror. I can update the buttons to show you that. Garden of Terror, picked by the red team. We update that. Bam. Pick Artemis. I'm not sure, and I don't know. Rocka's probably casting right now instead of being in here. Probably, yeah. But I'm not sure why the logos aren't loading. I don't know if that's something I had to do specifically in Soothsayer to get that to come up, but nevertheless, Artemis picked the first map. Going to Garden. Big macro map. Heavy focus on globals, heavy focus on camp clear, wave clear. Junkrat, especially a pain in the ass on this map. Hogger is important. Blaze is important. So I expect to see some very meta-ish comps coming out of here. Or you might see Lost Vikings and Cho'Gall. Who knows? You never know. How can one have fun on Garden, says Eric. Should have banned it then. Should have banned it, CCS. That's all I gotta say. It's funny, because Garden was, like, essentially the last map in into the hero pool. So I think last season there was only 10 maps. And this season there was 11. And Garden was the 11th map, I believe, in this season. We are going to be getting going here, so let's get into the action. As soon as the thing... Okay, they're starting. Alright, there we go. Good lord. Lots of deliberation. Reading over these names here. Ski Brain, just like Wolf here. Okay. So I'm not super familiar with Artemis. I scrimmed CCS a couple of times, so I know a little bit of what they like to play. Not gonna go too deep into it here just now. Okay, so sometimes I'm really good at this game. I'm good at what I do. Vikings immediately banned out. It can be very strong. Basically, the strategy with that is you just soak all 3 lanes with Vikings, and then you just go kill everybody else on the camps on cooldown. The enemy team just can't take camps because you have your 4-man just roaming around, murdering whoever solo DPS is in the offlane. First global taken out is going to be the Brightwing. Yo, what up, De La Soak? Good to see you, buddy. I did respond to your message, by the way. Sorry it took me so long. Wolf was the captain of your first NGS team. Okay, okay, okay. The Mephisto taken out, so no Mephisto. Very good poke here. Yeah, Wolf's a good dude. Honestly, I've scrimmed CCS a couple of times, this particular team, and they're good people. Nothing against Artemis, I just don't know him very well. And Greymane banned out, so someone very good on camp clear. Will we see the Johanna immediately picked up? I kind of got the feeling that perhaps. Perhaps is what I think.
The crusade calls.
Ta-da! Johanna. Now immediately Tychus Diablo. You're seeing a shift in the meta of tanks. I mean, Joe's still going to be up there, but you're seeing a higher prioritization on Diablo because of the LAN tournament in Miami this past weekend or whatever that was. Also seeing kind of a shift in healers as well. Brightwing's always been kind of #1. Anduin has always been up there, but Rhaegar has almost eclipsed Brightwing even. I mean, if Rhaegar was a global, it'd be the best hero of all time. But his mobility, his CC, his shielding, his healing, his ancestral, or bloodlust, there's so many things you can do with a healer like that. And you're just starting to see him pick more and more first.
Oh, this is my jam.
Okay, so here we talked about a little bit about the Junkrat. Slick Rub, known for his Lucio for sure. So a lot of booping around between, but actually all of these heroes. A lot of displacement, a lot of interrupts. Junkrat making it very difficult for Artemis to try to invade a camp or potentially take it while being invaded. But the second phase of bans, gonna see a Syl taken out. Get rid of that split push potential. Should be a good team name. SPP. I don't know why my music stopped, but it stopped, so... Maybe I play something? Can I play, I better not. Abathur banned. So, CCS obviously knows that Artemis likes some shenanigans. To see a Mephisto, to see an Abathur, Lost Vikings banned. They have a couple of tricks up their sleeve. But do they have a fourth trick that they're bringing out just today? Nope, meta. And a Kel'Thas. I don't find Kel'Thas to be particularly strong on this map. His camp clear is okay. You're not really rotating around a ton to get Clobes, but he's fine. He's good in a team fight, and you can kind of just Pyroblast a Junkrat. So I half expect to see a high five, or a shield from Lucio instead of the high five this time around.
Let's fly.
And here you go, very meta. Out of CCS, Felstad, Hogger. The fact that Hogger was up, well, they had the Blaze. Dark Horse, they need a tank. Blaze is going to be your offlaner. Dark Horse, what's the best tank available? I mean, Diablo is kind of free here. There's not a ton of percent damage coming from CCS. It's going to be tough to play into double traps, but Diablo into a Lucio seems pretty good. Ta-da! We have Diablo. So all the cheese has been banned out. Very meta drafts across the board. Each team got pretty solid wave clear, good team fight, good survivability. Bunch of self-healing from each team. I think the leg up here goes to Artemis a little bit in the draft because of that Diablo and essentially the no % damage till way later in the game from CCS. But we will see how that plays out as game 1 of this semi-final, I think. Yeah, semi-final. Div B West starts right meow. And hello, everybody. That's me. I'm Blue. Drinking an ice cold something. They're not sponsoring me. They don't get a plug to my 18 viewers. Who does get a plug? My dog, Butters. There he is. He's laying there in his bed. His name is Butters. And I love him. Eric did get junk, actually.
The battle begins shortly, heroes.
Here we go. Game 1. The blue team, the home team tonight. The top seed is Can't Connect Stuns. We have Slick Rub on Lucio, Wolf on Falstead, Mayneski on that Hogger. In the bottom lane, we have Eric, and bringing up the rear is Brainer on the Joe. Eric playing Junkrat, obviously. And from right to left, we have Artemis, the away team tonight. Ram RU on a Rocket. That's the Vala. We have, oh boy, Jotak on the Blaze. Kalmansky on the Rhaegar. Dark Horse riding
Let the battle begin.
Olama playing Diablo. And who'd I miss? Ashkan on the KT. Let's see how things are going to shape up here in the early game. You already see the Junkrat in the bottom lane doing what stupid Junkrats do. They're irritating. I hate them. I ban them all the time. He's just poking. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, damage is being exchanged. Stuns are going out. Ooh. Wow, that was actually a pretty awesome play by the Diablo. Does he get the kill? No. If we didn't exactly see what happened there, Hogger has thrown out his D ability here, his little loot horde, and Diablo actually slammed him up against it. This is pretty awesome. Meanwhile, here in the bottom lane, Junkrat, I mean, honestly, I say this is irritating, but this is just good play. Junkrat just using his Q to kind of poke the tower, do as much siege damage as possible. Good teams find a way to get siege done while they're not just in the laning phase of the game. Why is Wolf coming top? Well, Hogger's going to be doing camps. You're going to see the Falstad here on top, farthest away from that objective. So he's going to use his global to max advantage. By the way, Garden's objective always spawns on the bottom first. The more you know. So the Bruiser camp being taken there on the left by CCS. And on the right, Artemis is cleaning up their siege camp as well. As each team is just going to be doing their camps. No invades, we take a nice slow scroll across the map. Taking a nice look. Brainer coming in, gonna get some soak. Make sure the siege giants don't get a ton of damage. So we take a peek up here in the top lane. Wolf is gonna have kind of a tough time dealing with this. Let's focus on this top lane for just a minute as no action's really going on the bottom. Well, as I say that, Diablo comes in, gets a stun on Eric. Not able to get the kill, he is out. Wolf is already pretty low. Jotak is gonna take a ton of siege structure. He had plenty of time here. Obviously, he can't see what I see, but he could have kept burning that thing for quite some time. First tower goes down, the wall is down, and is that tower going down as well? Yes, so that was a really nice push already by Artemis in that top lane as CCS is taking their siege camp there on the top left. Seed is spawning on the bottom. CCS going to be a little bit late to this objective. This should be a relatively free one here. Johanna sitting there getting ready to blind. They think it's free and... nah. And nope. Oh, he missed! Johanna missed! Oh no, they had so much poke. Oh no, CCS. Between the Junkrat and the Joe, they could have poked almost forever. But instead, they miss it. And now, what's going on here in the top lane? Siege Giants not getting nearly as much value as that Bruiser camp did for Artemis in the top lane. And no camps are up. This next fight is going to be both at level 7s. Brainer doing a good job getting vision for his team. Junkrat's still in the bottom lane. He's going to be a little bit late rotating up. Let's see if we get level 7s coming online here early, and we can take a quick look at the talents. My apologies for not bringing that up a little sooner. But we have a Q build. Falstad, Johanna obviously with that double E. Q build out of the Vala, only a little bit interesting thing there potentially. Good stun by the Blaze. Nothing really happening. Junkrat and Rhaegar are a little bit late to this fight here. Already 12 orbs taken out from that Kel'Thas. Mineski taking a ton of damage from these minions. These minions do not mess around. Whoa, that is a very dangerous spot for Eric to be. If he gets wallbang there, he's just kind of dead. Very dangerous spot. Level 7's online now for both teams. And it looks like Artemis just kind of giving up. Kind of interesting. But they get back into the lanes a little bit quicker. KT ran through mid and picked up some experience. He's going to be clearing bottom. This will be a big wave as you see the Junkrat coming down. But we have a little bit of engagement in the top lane. Diablo saying hello to that Johanna. But it still is a Johanna. Good macro here by Artemis, already getting out their camps. Did they already get those out? They've already gotten those out, right? Yeah. So Artemis is ahead on camps. And they're slightly ahead on XP, so that makes sense. A little bit better macro in favor of them. Big stun onto the Hogger. Diablo gets the stun as well against the wall. But there's just not enough damage to take him down yet. Siege Giant's going to be doing their best. Take out a couple of towers here in the mid lane. Vala Q stacking her brains out. She's only at 6 though. Not in a ridiculous number thus far. We do see Johanna with that Sins Exposed talent at 7. Going to greatly reduce the damage of that, or the healing ability of the Rhaegar if he decides to go Ancestral.
That seed is ready for gathering.
Looks like Artemis is content just giving up this objective. Blaze is doing a really good job in this top lane, pushing top. Ooh, ton of damage being done to Wolf. He's going to have to scurry away as this seed is going to be very free for CCS. So 2-1 in the seed column, but level 10s are online now for Artemis. As we take a look at their ults, we do see the Ancestral, the Bunker Drop from the Blaze, Rain of Vengeance, of course, out of Vala. I'm assuming we're gonna see, that's a Gust. Come on, pick your talents so I can go to the other team. Pick your talents. This keep is super dead, or this fort, rather, is super dead. What's up, Surge? How you doing, buddy? We did say CCS. We do see that Pyroblast after High 5 is taken, and I think that's what the KT was waiting for, to see if this was going to be shield. So High 5 may not be enough to save anybody from that. Pyroblast, and then we have Lightning Breath out of the Diablo. For CCS, we do see Gust, High 5, the Blessed Shield, Riptire, and Shockwave from the Hogger. So Artemis has to get here and get the seed, and they are super late while they were able to... Oh, they didn't even take top. After all that, they had not even taken top. KT and Vala are a little bit away. Let's see who's going to take the seed. This is going to blow the game wide open here if CCS takes this. There's the stun onto the Lucio, and that's why he's bad into that. But a good High 5 engage. Rain of Vengeance misses, and down comes the Bunker. A Shockwave onto the Diablo won't do anything as Ancestral comes out, but there's the counter shield. Wolf getting real low in the back. Nobody has died yet, but here comes... Here it comes! Oh, he gets out just a little bit. And it looks like Artemis has taken the better side of that fight. But it's not over yet. Brainer's still able to poke. Johanna doing a ton of damage in the back lane. Big stun onto the Blaze, but the first kill is going to go on to Vala. Compliments of the hammer of that Falstad. And just like that, there's a second kill. The Diablo goes out, gets caught in the trap, and here's what I'm talking about. CCS very quickly going to be blowing this game wide open. Couple of kills, full objective. Let's see what they can do with this. Artemis does have very solid wave clear. I'm not sure, is that a bug? Why does that keep happening? I don't have, like, the text-to-speech on, so I don't understand why that's happening. This is a really solid defense here by Artemis as the Diablo is coming in behind. They know it's a 4-on-3. And CCS doing a great job backing up, understanding the position they're in, as the Junkrat is doing a great job potentially taking bottom. Hogger's here pushing this middle fort, and he knows he's got to run. His team giving him vision, letting him know what's going on. And they just decided to take this camp directly in front of them, which is kind of a ballsy move. Gust is still online. Let's see if it's used here to take this siege camp. You have Junkrat and the Rhaegar basically solo laning for most of this game, which is very strange. But each team now has a paper mache fort on the top and bottom lanes. CCS a little bit split here. Let's see. We see an engage. Nice spin away there by the Hogger. He is going to be fine. We are relatively even. CCS a little bit ahead on Soak, but there's an engage onto the Falstad. Is there enough damage to do it, though, or is Dark Horse just kind of dead? Shield comes out, and Ancestral has to be popped onto the Diablo, but it's still not going to be enough. A couple of Rain of Vengeances land, but it's just not enough damage from Artemis. And here's a big shockwave now, and the bop. But nothing else is going to fall from Artemis. So 3-0 on kills in favor of CCS, and Brainer, whew, that is an interesting spot to be going back. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Blaze is going to be taking this siege camp. Bottom fort, the first fort has fallen for Artemis, as CCS takes a lead in the fort category. A couple of camps being taken from either side. Hogger taking that bottom siege camp as well. No extended Joe D on Joe. The extended hold your ground is at, oh yeah, I guess I could have taken that. I probably would have too, actually. They do have a lot of CC, it's a fair point. Alright, so there's a camp pushing top, camp's pushing mid, Hogger is doing his best to clear this out. And this is just so irritating. You're going to see the Junkrat banned next game. I promise you. No matter which team wins this game, Junkrat will be banned by Artemis. It's just going to happen. There's the shield engage. Where's the follow-up? Both DPS are miles away. The shockwave essentially gets no value, and Artemis can counter-engage here if they survive this Riptire. Jotak, no mana, but ends up getting out the bunker. Bunch of ults are down. Ancestral comes out now as well, but Pyroblast is still up. Oh my gosh, the Junkrat just being oppressive as can be with these traps. Is that full trap build? It is full trap build Junkrat. I just don't like it. I like watching Artemis deal with it. Oh my goodness. It's so oppressive. As we see a little bit of damage being done to this middle fort here. Top lane starting to get some massive value. The Siege Giants are now on this fort. Blaze is going to be, I think, too late to save it. I think. Yeah. Second fort going down in favor of CCS. It's 1-1 in the seed category. The siege camp is up for Artemis. Let's see if they decide they want to take this before this next objective. And if level 16s, you might be thinking, oh, there is the Blaze. There's the Blaze. Junkrat gets a trap on there. Good damage being done to the Hogger, but he gets a high five and he's able to scurry out. Good job by CCS. They're just zoning the entire team of Artemis here as Junkrat and Wolf take that camp. That's really well done. Good communication to say, do not hard engage. You are just zoning. And they're able to steal that siege camp before the seed comes up. There are camps now in every lane for CCS. And as you see, they're going to give Artemis, going to give this seed in order to clear all of these camps in every single lane. But with this split, let's see if we see an engage here. Shield is up. They see everybody split. You can hit a shield off the back of this and potentially hit the people around it. I can't believe we're not seeing a shield here. Those folks were all alone, and they saw him on the mini-map too. This is what I'm talking about with Junkrat. How they just can't take camps. Oops. They just can't. Joe popping her unstoppable mate. Oh my goodness, that is a super early bunker. That may have been a fat finger there by Jotak. Here comes the chattering teeth. Nom 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 nom. Johanna going in. Ooh. Good stun there by the Kalphas. Good follow-up stun by the Blaze. But the counter engage and the high fives are too good. Here comes the Pyroblast, but it's on the Johanna. That's not going to get any value right there. And maybe I spoke too soon as the damage is just going on to Joe, but nothing's really dying. Massive bomb spread by the KT. It's a disaster for CCS as Artemis takes the first good fight. Oh, what a boot by Slick Rub there. The bomb spread. Oh, no. Artemis takes a very solid fight, and they absolutely needed that to stay in this game. They need to take this down. Yep, as you see, it has been pinged. Someone is going to go up here and push that forward. And as they fix their lanes, try to get as many camps out as they possibly can and set up for this next fight for this seed. Artemis has to get this seed. Didn't see a Gust use that fight. Bomb spread was just too good. But the clock is ticking if you're Artemis. Once Wind Tunnel comes up, it's not a good time. Okay. All the members for CCS are here. They didn't take this top. Artemis did not even take this top tower down. They just got their camp out and kind of fixed their lanes a little bit. I'm surprised not to see that be more of a focus. As essentially 2 auto attacks. It's at 718 health. And now, CCS was allowed to kind of get set up with these Junkrat traps. But Brainer is really split from his team. He's looking for the wide flank here. And Artemis is currently in a death zone right now. There you see a big engage. Good stun onto that Lucio. And Brainer just kind of gets to walk past them all into their team. All the ults are being pressed onto the 2 tanks right now as you see the Dragon Breath and the shield go out onto the Diablo and Joe respectively. Bunker comes down and the Ancestral has to be popped. The massive damage onto that Lucio isn't going to be enough. The Shockwave is able to save him. Great peel from the Hogger. He's going to pay for it with his life, but he saved his healer. As Artemis keeps chasing here, the KT is going to stay behind. Oh, he gets booped off to the other side of the map. Is not able to tap. And now they're fighting under tower. There's the Gust into the towers. Is it going to be enough? Lucio doing everything he can. Rhaegar healing his butt off. Nobody has yet died. And now the tower is going to claim the first victim. Diablo going out. And Eric's still chilling. The Junkrat's just still here. Is Pyroblast up? Pyroblast is up. If I'm Eric, I'm being extra careful right now. I think you could just pyro any one of these guys. There's a big stun onto Lucio. Is there follow-up? No, Ash can just a little bit behind on that KT stun. But in comes Diablo, and it's going to be a 4v5. This is without the Hogger. Granted, Artemis is very low. This siege camp is going to start getting more and more value. They have to take a fight, and it has to be now. But he gets stunned by the Junkrat trap. Good cleanse. Rain of Vengeance lands onto the back line, but isn't able to get any value. Dark Horse just getting chunked over and over again as Eric is able to push them out, and it looks like CCS is going to get the second Terrors, Dragon Terrors? Garden Terrors? Phase of this match. Good fight. Long fight from both these teams. Oh boy. They're caught out a little bit far. Shield is down, though. Yeah, I'm not sure why that pops up. That's irritating. Does anybody know why this started happening and how I can fix it? Again, Artemis does have some pretty bomb wave clear. With the Blaze, the Rhaegar, the KT, Vala even is a pretty solid wave clear. So they're going to be able to clear these up. They should be able to save almost all of their keeps. Good unstoppable by the Lucio. Lucio just doing an amazing job this game. The double Ancestral comes out, but there is the massive shield. Junkrat booping the Diablo back, and souls are not up. And this could be the devastating viable blow that CCS needed to carry this game. They have a bunch of camps here. This keep likely to go down, but Bringer is low mana. It's still a 4v5. Caltrops online. How many stacks do we have? Only 21 stacks out of the ballot. That is not a lot of stacks this late in the game. They're looking to take this bottom keep. They're looking to end the game, but can they? I don't think so yet. Nope, and they decide to back up. Alright. Welcome to the late game, boys and girls. so we're at level 20. Take a look at the talents here. 42 globes. Boy, if a KT's ever proved me wrong about not it being a good globe map, they've done a great job. 42 globes. Only 22 stacks on the Vala, though, is a little low. We take a look at the damage numbers across the board. Junkrat, Wolf on the Falstad, and the Johanna all have more damage than the Vala coming up the rear. Do we see the Manicore? Whoops, I can check here. Do we see Manicore? No. Interesting. Okay, but you see the gloom. Brainer coming in. He's just kind of here. Oh, they want this fight. There's the shield. It's massive. Is their follow-up. There's the Gust. And it's on the Diablo, and Diablo is going to pay for it with his life. Blaze getting chased down. The stun is gone. He's going to have to pop Bunker here. Oh, maybe not. Are we going to see a counter stun? KT getting a ton of value with that bomb spread. There's the Bunker. He was going in a little bit far, knowing he was going to have to pop that. He's waiting for his cooldown to get out. And this keep is just dead. Artemis going to have no keeps left. Because CCS is, as a friend would say, playing for keeps. Clever, right? Yeah. It's not mine. You can have it.
It is time. Do what must be done.
Do what must be done. I mean, this game has kind of been the CCS show. It's only 6-4 in kills, but as far as map control and team fights, they've kind of controlled the entire... What's the word I'm looking for? It's like, not mood, but, I mean, they've just controlled the game really well. And Alpha level 20 Falstad, they can basically... I mean, look at all the walls to Falstad things into. Artemis is definitely in trouble here. Yeah, the double traps are brutal. Here we have a gank squad set up. Danger has been pinged.
Are you ready for it?
I mean, I think you just ban the Lucio Junkrat. They've had so much of an impact on this game. The high fives have been just on point. That one play by Hogger to get the shockwave onto what would have been the final blow onto the Lucio earlier. It's devastating. Where's the Falstad? Okay, so the Falstad's set up here. If I'm him, I'm looking to Gust either here or here, depending on which way they all run in. Brainer doing a really good job zoning. Junkrat traps set up everywhere. Falstad just waiting for his moment. There's the stun on the Lucio. Unstoppable comes out. Excuse me, what a time to yawn. The shockwave comes out onto the backline, but it's not enough. There's the big shield. Here comes the Riptire. Double Ancestral. Oh, AoE Ancestral is big, gets a lot of value, but Diablo is just, like Anaressa said, just having a bad time. There is a Gust, only onto the KT though, but it's not going to matter as the Rhaegar, the KT fall, and that will about do it. I mean, they're fighting over here, but this is where the real damage is going to start being done here. All the waves completely pushed in the core. Team wipe, and Artemis is going to lose the first game. CCS, in a pretty dominant fashion, taking game one. Look at the little guy. Oh, his eye fell out. Whoa. So congratulations to CCS winning the first game here as we take a look at the stats. Winner, blue. Bop. Okay, what stands out to me? Honestly, it's the damage numbers. Damage numbers were definitely in favor of CCS. Soaking wise, the Junkrat actually leading the way for CCS of 18k. And Blaze of just over 200,000. I mean, this wasn't that long of a game to have 200,000 siege damage done is pretty impressive. Doing a great job clearing his lanes here. But even the Johanna getting more damage done than the Kalphas. Lucio not taking a single death, losing a little bit. I mean, you should lose a little bit in the healing department when you're going up against a double ancestral Rhaegar at level 20. Falstad's ults used very well. Big stuns from the Johanna. And Diablo just didn't get to play the game. Junkrat traps are rough. Nightbot is pretty toxic. Yeah, surprised not to see the Mana Core. Nothing else out of the ordinary here. Starting to see a lot more Purge builds. Totem becoming less and less popular. But anyway, once we have a game 2, we'll get ourselves situated and see where we're heading next. Diablo died 6 times. Holy cow. Really, you could count that as like 3 deaths if you want to be generous, because with souls. He didn't want to spawn again that fast, but but the souls made him. I feel that way when I'm playing KTZ and an ARAM. It's like, well, I have my globes, but we're just kind of getting our S pushed in, so I don't really know if I want to come back. Fine, I'll come back. Oh, I died again. Well, 2 deaths in 10 seconds. Yeah, those high fives are off the chain, for sure. That's what a Lucio main looks like right there. And credit to him even playing it into a Diablo. Not like he had a choice. Diablo was the last pick, but playing Lucio into Diablo usually feels pretty bad. So we'll see what is next as we go to the map selection screen. Ba-dum-bum. Boy, that banner on the bottom is freaking out. Okay. I mean, I guess it had to catch up with all the ones that were missed while during the game. I think Big Push Power and Running Wild are happening now? Or they already happened? Odds good, GG, well played. Thank you for the raid of 24. Welcome, everybody. We are in the middle of a Div B West matchup between Can't Connect Stuns and Artemis. Can't Connect Stuns won the first match on Garden. We are waiting the second map before we obviously get into it. Thank you for the raid, and welcome, fellow NGS enjoyers. Oh boy, anybody else tired? Oh, just me. Just I'm tired. I don't know, I'm so tired today. I did take a little nap. It felt good. Felt great, quite honestly. Ooh, tomorrow, guys, tomorrow, the weather is going to be 55 degrees here. Let's go. That's the high, by the way. I should have a co-caster screen and have it be just my dog. Thoughts? Thoughts on it just being my puppy? Where is he? He's right here. I gotta get a separate cam like Bahamut has, that I could be like a real streamer. Alright, we are still waiting to see what Artemis is going to do here, if they want first pick or a map pick. It says they're in game? What? Did they just... Okay. Yes, the doggy, yeah. For sure. Hey, it's Infernal Shrines! Alright. I can do that. Map 2. Where is it at? Infernal Shrines. Update. Pow. Artemis, with their season on the line, is going to have to find a way to stop CCS from winning this map. I very much expect to see at least the Junkrat band, perhaps Lucio as well. Got everybody trickling in right here. Just looking for one more. Let's see. Guess it doesn't necessarily matter who picked the map, because you know what? If I do this and I go, oh, they picked the map, it's going to come up with who won the map? NGS. Who picked the map? NGS. Who picked the map? NGS. Ooh, and we have potentially a substitution from Artemis as a gent or lady named... Oh god, Twitch. Twitch is so cringe. You know, there's a lot of things Twitch is doing these days, man, that I'm just like, meh. So, okay, here's my latest example of things Twitch bothers me. I am not a person... Oh, Jesus. While I'm ranting... Hello, Raka. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Raka, glad you're here. For one, I don't know why it doesn't load the team logos. Did I do something wrong there? Also, Chair Glue, this is for you. Cheers. Whoa. I haven't had a Coors in a while. Anyway, I was complaining about Twitch before everybody showed up. Going Infernal Shrines. Chair Glue. I'm just going to be drinking all the time. I was ranting about Twitch. They gave me a notification in my OBS. And, like, I have a thing, and this is just a personal preference. It's just me. Alright? So don't take it and run. About people that, like, are constantly in their YouTube videos or TikToks or wherever being like and subscribe, and then they give you 5 seconds of content. Make sure to like and subscribe. I just don't do it. I think if somebody enjoys your content enough, they're going to like you, they're going to follow you, they're going to support you in any way they can, right? That's the way I think it should be. Whatever. I'm off my soapbox. Anyway, I don't appreciate Twitch putting in some sort of plugin on my OBS that says, make sure to remind your followers that you should tell them to like and subscribe. Like, no. Like, it's just... Whatever. Whatever, Twitch. Have fun with your lawsuits, you idiots. Just kidding. I'm a proud partner. Actually, oh, no, I'm not a partner. I'm just affiliated. Suck at Twitch. This is gonna be like my Twitter moment, like when they go back 20 years and be like digging up bad things about me when I'm all famous. Oh my god, did you see Eternally Blue actually once said that Twitch was a bag of dicks? How scandalous, and then I'm gonna get banned, and I'll have to go to Mixer for like $50 million. It'll be a rough transition for me, but I think I can manage. I am prepared to leave Twitch for $50 million. Who even cares if you're streaming? Who cares if you're streaming to one person and it's your mom at that point? If you get $50 million to switch platforms, oh my god. Just take it, man. If you could... I'd give... Someone gave me $1,000, I'd be like, alright, later, Twitch. And that's what's crazy, Hector, right? So, like, and... Whatever, I don't want to get super far down the rabbit hole with you on this. But I've had that thought, too, of, like, what is Twitch or what is YouTube doing by waiting so long? Like, if Mixer was around right now, they would have a lot more people just flooding over. But YouTube is so bad right now. It's so bad. My name right now on YouTube, when I go and like talk to somebody, is my name. And I think they just changed that. But for a long time, it was just Brian Ryzik says. I don't need people to know who I am. I mean, everybody does. Like, if you need my information, it's out there, trust me. But still, like, just from a perspective of, if I'm a streamer and I'm reading out your name, I want it to be Ektar. I don't want it to be, you know, Bob Smith. Like, it's just super weird to me. But YouTube is just so... It's like running a streaming service on Windows 95. Why would anybody do that? Because they got paid a buttload of money to do it. And like all the good PR in the world isn't going to help them at this point. I think of when like Lupo was given like $1 million check for St. Jude's when he was doing his subathon. But, eh. Also sucks that they make your YouTube account tied to your Google account. Really? I'm sure I've done that at some point, but I guess I didn't really recognize it. YouTube's got a lot of things that I just don't like either. Like, their algorithm is so brutal. It's so brutal to get discovered. I think it's honestly easier to get discovered on Twitch now than it is YouTube. And that's saying something. Toxic. Oh no, my bad, Ektar. I didn't realize your name was actually Bob Smith. That's on me, bud. But the crazy thing is, like, I follow the certain categories I follow on Twitch. If I am looking for an engaging type stream with someone with like a personality, I'm not going to the people that have 2,000 people watching at that point. I am going to, you know, I'm sorting low to high, and I'm watching somebody that's got one person watching them. And you say hello, like, how's it going? And you see their face light up, and like, that's what's cool about Twitch to me. YouTube just seems a little clunky, and I haven't played around with it a ton. I guess to say that, to have a real strong opinion about how their discoverability thing works, but I know the people that I watch and the videos I watch are... I fixed the algorithm by not being logged in. I mean, it can't hurt, right? Wait, someone gets a point here. How do they get a point? Oh, because... Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. Alright, back to the game. I'm done on being on my soapbox. Thanks for listening. It was a great way to fill the void. CCS, ahead 1-0, going into Infernal Shrines. You're about to move your stream to YouTube since I've heard discoverability is much better. Really? I'm curious. Let me know how that goes, Rocket, because I don't know. I feel like discoverability might be better, but I feel like perhaps the I mean, if you're obviously not entirely in it for the revenue, but I feel like the age group of people that are going to be there is going to be a lot younger. Because, like, my nieces and nephews are on YouTube all the time. I'm sure they're just clicking on stuff, like, all day. They watch streamers on that stuff all the time, but they're watching, like, Roblox and Minecraft. They don't want to see a 30-year-old man cussing at their screen about HOTS all the time. As expected, we see Artemis banning out the Lucio. This is going to be, pretty sure, a Junkrat. Oh my god, it's not. They didn't ban the... Are they taking the Junkrat? You either have to take the Junkrat here, or you're crazy. You're crazy. The Lost Vikings was banned again for CCS. I feel the same way about that, Ektar. As we see the Mephisto band out again. Are they going to be taking the Junkrat? I mean, you don't let them have this. Right? This is bait? This is bait. Or maybe they're going Deathwing. Maybe this is going to be a Deathwing game, and they don't care about the Junkrat because he can break the traps. Yeah, there's the Joe. Yeah, the UI of Twitch, for sure. Well, and like, I don't think you can even have emotes on YouTube yet, can you? Blaze and Anduin picked up for CCS. That being said, like, I used to watch Dr. Lupo and Tim the Tatman all the time on Twitch. All the time. They were just always there, always streaming, like, while I was working or whatever. As we see the Junkrat and the Leo picked up for Artemis, so the Junkrat is being taken by Artemis. But now I never watch them. I never watch YouTube. I never really think about it, honestly. And I get the notifications on my phone, but like for whatever reason, I'm just drawn to Twitch. I don't know if it's just a familiarity thing or what, but I don't actively even seek out the people I watch on YouTube. Sergeant Hammer banned out. A lot of nonsense. CCS banning. Artemis must do some weird stuff. That's the point. YouTube recommends content you're interested in. You don't watch streams on YouTube, so it doesn't recommend them. But if you are a person who watches streams, YouTube promotes you. Twitch doesn't really promote anyone well. Greymane banned out from Artemis. So you're saying if I watch more streams on YouTube and then I start streaming on YouTube, it'll start promoting me more than if I was just watching regular YouTube videos and streaming? Wolf is back on the Falstad and Brainer this time picking up the Diablo. Let's see how Diablo does into this Junkrat. Because last time didn't go very well.
It's about damn.
Junkrat, Tychus, Johanna, Leo. Very strong on the subjective point, as well as the Anduin, Blaze, Falstad, and Diablo. Falstad isn't super good on the point, actually. I gotta give the one up to Artemis there.
Let the Inquisition commence.
Whitemane. Interesting choice against the Diablo, who's able to dive them. It's all gonna come down to, can Ram RU basically peel off the Diablo from the Whitemane. Eric, the last DPS. Gonna be interesting to see. I almost expect like a melee assassin here. Oh, you know what? This is a Medivh. This is a Medivh. Oh, it's Chromie. Yeah, it could have easily been a Medivh. But instead, we see Chromie. Almost a double mage type thing going on here. What is going on? What are these switches happening here by CCS? Is this gonna stay? No, okay. They only have 3 seconds to make that right. Okay, they fixed it up. If you watch streams, it'll start promoting live streams. Whereas now it's only promoting videos and shorts. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess that's fair, because like, obviously I watch a lot of fan content. Or like Heroes content in general, that always comes up. And then all of his shorts come up too. I feel like it took a really long time for this game to get started. It's been almost an hour, and it's been one game. Good lord, it's a lot of downtime. But anyway, I digress. Game 2. CCS looking to close it out. Artemis looking to push to a game 3. It's CCS against Artemis from left to right. It is Eric on the Chromie, Wolf on the Falstad, Brainer on Diablo, Slick Rub playing an Anduin this time, and the Maineski on that Blaze. And from right to left, we have our away team Artemis needing to win this to continue the season. It's 7 on the white main. Jotak spinning around on that Leo. Johanna being played by Dark Horse, Kalmansky on the Tychus, and Ram RU on the Junkrat. My goodness, I forgot the name. I agree with you, Rosai, 100% on that. I think the VODs on Twitch are pretty bad. But the ads can be bad on both platforms too. YouTube, or like Twitch has got so bad with the ads. Big engage there. Junkrat looking for a poop, doesn't get it. Like, if you're not subbed to somebody, like even watching the Heroes International, I had to watch 7 or 8 ads in the middle of the match. Are you kidding me? Dark Horse getting stunned, maybe poking a little bit too far. Nah. Johanna has this unstop, able to pop out of there. Falstad going Q, Chromie going W this time around. Anything crazy over here? We see blow him up, actually, from that Junkrat. Just a different style. Oh, is Diablo gonna be the first person to go down here? Not quite. Dash from Tychus. So no grenade. I love grenade into Falstad. You just poke him down all the time. Oh, Tychus is setting up an engage by himself, but the tank isn't there. This is a very interesting play here out of Artemis. Oh, what a grenade! The grenade interrupts the Blaze stun. And you see the Blaze and the Leo both doing a good job to kind of double soak for their team. Brainer gets caught in there. Spell shield is popped, but man, he's taking a lot of damage. He's taking a lot of damage. Both these teams looking super aggressively at one another. There's an engage onto the Johanna, unstoppable, popped. She is just fine. Blaze gets interrupted again by this time by the Johanna. But I guess that makes sense why they would have a better video platform. It's like all they've done since, what, 1995 or whatever? Or when did they come? It was like late 90s or maybe even early 90s? Must have been late 90s that YouTube came around. Yeah, exactly. CCS getting the upper hand on the camps. You see this bottom camp taken by Eric.
Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
Ektar, you don't have to put this in writing, but has there been any thought of moving NGS onto YouTube? The Shrine is active. CCS is going to get there much quicker than Artemis. They're going to be able to set up. Junkrat's not going to be able to get his traps out just quite yet, and we are going to see a full trap build. We see dings out of the Tychus. Pretty cool to see that. Let's see how many dings he gets. Brainer taking a ton of damage. Artemis is pushing through this chokehold, whether CCS likes it or not. Johanna's just up in their grill. 2005? Really? I feel like it's been a lot longer than that. No, I guess that makes sense, because that's kind of when I got like my first computer. Massive damage onto the Joe. She's going to be the first casualty. Compliments of the Anduin. Followed by the Blaze going down. The Mansky taking too much damage in that front line now. It was essentially tank for tank has been swapped out. It's 22-20 on this point. That Tychus is super low. He's got to back out of there. Leo is way in there, like swimwear. Oh, but Falstad gets booped. Hit by the trap. Junkrat doing terrible, terrible damage. He has to try to poke this. No significant discussion about it. Yeah. It would be hard.
Your team has summoned a frozen Punisher.
So the first Punisher is going to go to CCS. In this top lane, ton of value getting taken by this camp here. Big double stun by the Anduin, but isn't enough to kill anybody of Artemis. CCS seems to have a little bit of a lead early. Frozen Punisher doing a massive amount of damage to that Johanna. And Johanna just getting bopped to death. Frozen Punisher is still strong. And this fort might be in trouble here now for Artemis. Look at the traps being placed, making sure they can take it. That's just really well done by the Chromie there. They're just going to do a little damage and walk away. You can't believe casters are supposed to upload to YouTube after the Twitch cast? I mean, it's not a big deal. I think that's more so just to have basically a vault of games. Because Twitch will eventually just delete the VODs. Especially if you don't have them set up that way. I don't know, like, 100% the exact reason, but I'm sure that's part of it. The main ski. Oh, like he's the man, only he's the main. Gotcha. CCS setting up on this bottom camp. Despite several walls being down for Artemis, they are very equal in soak. Blaze is coming down. Did they see the Blaze rotate down? The main ski. I got the best words. Leo cutting off the rotation. Oh, the Mainski's saying, you know what? I've had just about enough of your canceling my rotation nonsense. Level 10's online now for CCS, pretty much across the board. Oh, we see the Slowing Sands, Lightning Blare, Bunker Drop, Light Bomb, and Mighty Gust out of them. And on the side of Artemis, we see the Entomb, the Riptire, the Odin, Scarlet Aegis, and what I can only assume is going to be Blessed Shield. Although, yeah, okay. I thought maybe we'd see something spicy. Especially with a Falstad, I think Falling Sword could get a ton of value here. Light Bomb combos, Slowing Sands. Rainer just stepping up into the wave against 4 people. Yeah. Eric has to put out his Slowing Sands like, what are you doing, bud? What is my tank doing? As we take a slow gander to the top lane. Bruiser camp taken against really solid macro by CCS. I expect the objective.
A shrine gathers power.
Yeah, to pop now.
You'll take it for me.
While this Bruiser camp also taking out or rather Artemis. My apologies. Way easier to say CCS than Artemis for me for some reason. Eric getting a hearth in. Kind of surprised he didn't stay and just push down this fort. All the souls for the Diablo are online. 100 souls before the mass. Instead of my least good pirate voice. Leo doing a great job getting a head start. 7-1 so far in favor of Artemis. Falstad is a little bit late to this fight, and it looks like they kind of want to fight way out here in the open, which is kind of interesting. As you see, 11-1 now in favor of Artemis on this objective. Interesting that they're not going to the point. See the Slowing Sands now set up, cutting out that one spot to leave. Stun comes out from the Blaze but misses entirely, and the Entomb comes out onto the Falstad, but a good pull by the Ando into disengage. There's a Light Bomb onto the Diablo, misses everybody, but the Lightning Breath going to do a decent amount of damage. Junkrat getting a Riptire onto the back, but both teams are still very healthy. It's still 17-5 in favor of Artemis, as Stun comes in onto the Junkrat. A really good gust there by Wolf, but the bunker is strong, and the Junkrat is going to be the first person to go down. Chromie getting real low, but not going to fall as well. A good re-engage stun on the Johanna, but the shield is up. Unstoppable is popped. Leo is way too deep. White Mane getting real low on mana, real low on health, but she's doing an incredible job keeping her team alive. It's still 18-10 in favor of Artemis, though. As we tech into the main ski, burning them skellies up. Looks like this next objective, as the tanks are beating up on each other, going to go in favor of CCS. I think I have a sound for that. I'm quirky. Alright. So while they weren't able to take the objective, you see the siege camp here on the bottom taken by Artemis. They're gonna lose this fort, but they're gonna be able to protect their keep for sure. CCS only about a 3/4 level lead, but that's gonna quickly catch up to them with that fort being down. Are we gonna see a boop over the wall? Johanna takes the stun. Odin is down. I don't remember seeing the Odin last fight, but I'm sure it was there. Ooh. Brainer taking a Junkrat trap, didn't get booped. Oh, and then gets booped, but it's the wrong way. Artemis really doing a good job taking what they can here. They're able to take a couple of camps. They're not on that siege camp yet. Looks like Jotak's just gonna have to kind of do what he can here in the mid lane. And Bull comes out just to reposition slightly. And I wonder if we're gonna see a fight here. They have the Junkrat, they have a Tychus. Doesn't look like it. Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot, actually. Thank you. I give all my credit to a gentleman by the name of Winter Gaming. He's on Twitch. I've been watching him cast StarCraft 2 for years and years, and he really has a flair for it. And yeah, he's good stuff. Junkrat poking on the back line. This is a 5-on-4 here. The Leo's actually taken the top bruiser camp of CCS, but they say, you can have that, we'll take your fort. Interesting, we don't see an engage here. The Tychus is mid, it's a 3-on-5. And CCS is just going to be very content on taking that and leaving. But where's my meme of Ralph? I'm in danger. You need to get out of Dodge. Leo. Oh, I can't believe they didn't come up and do that. They're just going to be keeping the pressure on the towers, keeping the wave pressure up. It's what CCS has kind of been doing this entire match and doing a great job of it as well. They're going to go ahead and clear that camp, grab the soak, team buck, grab the guys. Okay. Oh, you know what? That wasn't their soak. It was the other team's. Never mind. You like Winter too? Yeah, he's good stuff. That was the other team's soak. I made such a big deal out of it. That's funny. I'm dumb sometimes. So you can see in the top lane here that CCS is kind of just looking for a pick. They're doing a great job controlling the vision here. Artemis doesn't want to be anywhere near them, and they're not. Yep, this is definitely the danger zone. Some may say you're venturing into a zone of danger. Leo getting engaged on both the stun and the Diablo charge go down. Junkrat is able to set up, gonna be eating trap number 1. Leo getting a chance to suck on that Diablo. Gross. Junkrat going spread volley at 16 instead of the endless nades this time around. Falstad only at 34 stacks. There hasn't really been a ton of team fighting here. Jotak takes a ton of damage to the bottom lane from the Chromie. And here we start to see the big engage. Darkhurst going in. There is, oh my gosh, what a combo there by CCS. The Light Bomb Diablo charge combo is huge, but nothing has died just yet. Dark Horse, is he going to be the first to fall? No, it is going to be that Leo in the back. Johanna getting real low, but all of CCS is also remarkably low. And as long as the white man has mana, they have life. I mean, of course, they have to have life, but you know what I mean. All of CCS is just, look at that, they're just chunked. All the credit? No, I didn't. All the credit. I didn't know who Bahamut was or anybody else or Crush before I didn't necessarily watch him a ton. Big engage here coming in. Brainer's actually going to go down for the first time this game, followed by the Tychus. Grumby doing a great job just poking that back line here. Joe Attack and Dark Horse are looking for more kills. Are they going to be able to get one? No, they are not. Oh, there's the Entomb. I spoke too soon, but a great pull by Slick Rub. And the Falstad gets the disengage gust, as this Mortal is going to be going in favor of Artemis and taking out this middle fort. Oh, the boop! Junkrat gets a boop on Eric. Is that going to be enough? Yes! Brainer out here on an island right now while his team tries to clear. Punisher doing terrible, terrible damage to this mid lane. He's going to take the first fort. I used to watch Grubby all the time, but I only watched Grubby for his Warcraft 3 stuff. I watched him when he was a professional Warcraft 3 player. And I watched a lot of his guides and tried to be like him growing up, but man was just built different. What can I say? I do watch Crush and Grubby and Baja all the time now too, for sure. There we see an engage onto Brainer, good Entomb, and I don't think the pull is going to get there in time, but a really nice disengage. Oh, the pull from the Anduin, he got back in the bunker. He gets back out of the bunker. He gets back in the bunker. There's the shield by the Johanna. They want to take this fight before 20. Oh, but the boop into the backline is tragic as Junkrat boops the light bomb to Diablo into this backline, but he still gets the kill. And Artemis, looking as strong as they have all match here right now, looking for more blood, but Eric is he's just kind of here. He's just full health and mana, poking the backline. Oh, no. That's why I don't play Junkrat, by the way, because I do stuff like that. I boop a light-bombed Diablo on top of myself. Diablo is down. Leo is mid. Ooh, stonks. Stonks indeed. So where are we at? What's the state of the game? Both level 20s are online for each team. As we take a look at the alts, everybody upgraded their alts. We see Cannonball from Junkrat. Scarlet Crusade. This is going to be Odin upgrade. I don't even have to look at that. Right. Tychus, you get to pick your 20, bud. You want to pick your Commander Odin? You gonna do the big red button? You're gonna press. You're gonna select a 20. Tychus. Okay, thank you. Alright. So it's 2-1 in favor of CCS as far as the forts go. But Artemis has the momentum right now. They have a camp pushing top. This is bait. There's a trap. Oh, Johanna doesn't get trapped. I mean, y'all know there's a Diablo here somewhere, right? The engage is actually onto the Leo, but a good pull by the Anduin is able to get him out of that silence and tomb. Riptide goes out, hits 2 members, but 7 getting pretty low in the back. This wave is starting to get bigger and bigger as this top objective is looking to head towards the Artemis Keep if they are not able to take it. Oh, that was cute. Dark Horse and Brando shared a bush together. Awfully kind of them. So here we go. There's the first engage. Unstoppable is popped by the Johanna. She can be targeted now. Big stun in by the Blaze, but nothing really happening right now. Most of the damage being done to CCS. Brainer getting pretty low. Jack with that ult, that 10 Parting Despair at 20 is just awful to deal with. And it's hard to say who's winning, but there's a really nice Entomb, and yet again a great pull by Slickbro, who's playing arguably out of his mind tonight. Kalmansky getting pretty low in the back, but the nukes are coming out. And it's hard to fight into an Odin right now, but the Gust is still up. The Gust is still online, and they have their taps. That might be the difference maker right there. White Mean is good, but she's running low on mana. It's only 14-0. As CCS is coming in, trying to capitalize on this kill, but Brander's taking so much damage, and so is the Joe. Are they going to trade a tank for tank? Not quite. They trade 1 tank. But, oh my gosh, Junkrat. Junkrat with terrible, terrible volley damage. Look at the damage being done by the Junkrat. The spread volley is good, and the Falstad goes down without using your level 20 Gus. arguably one of the best ults in the game at level 20, and there's a Silence Entomb who hasn't missed, and Slick Rub is out of pulls, and he's running out of friends. 3-4 right now in favor of Artemis, and look at the lanes. The lanes are still looking pretty good for Artemis. If they are able to take this, they're going to be able to break off a pretty large chunk of structures from CCS. Frozen Punisher online. Brainer has no business being here. He has no business being here. What are you doing here, friend? Okay. He's out. He's out. There's a solo. There's a Chromie at 1 HP. Is the Leo gonna come down and find him? He's hearthing. Oh, he's out. Okay. It doesn't look like they want to end. I expect to see the Odin pop tier to ensure they take the keep. The Leo is going to be taking camps here in the bottom lane. Yeah, Wolf, I mean, you just got to go for it. At least a disengage. Right? And I'm really, really surprised to see this happen here. They don't pop Odin to take this keep, or to even take down the wall, really. Artemis just very content taking the team fight and heading out. And this has definitely turned into quite a late game of a game. Leo, with that Burning Despair, really pumping out the damage numbers here. Let's see, have we seen an engage here? Okay, look at the damage numbers. Where's Leo? He's on top of the board, on everything. He's got white numbers across the board. He's got so many gold medals, he's looking like Michael Phelps. Which is an Overwatch reference for all you Overwatch 2 players. I understand they don't have medals anymore, but if you played Overwatch 2, there's a good chance you played Overwatch 1, and that was the big thing of like, I'm really good at the game, I got gold medals. Well, no, you just pushed a bunch of damage into a Reinhardt shield. That really doesn't mean you did damage. Anyway, Artemis is looking to take this bottom fort, and CCS is kind of done messing around. They're like, alright, fine, come at us. Wolf looking for an engage. Oh, massive damage onto that Junkrat. But he is very quickly healed up by the white mane. Artemis having something they hadn't had this entire match now, which is lane pressure. They have more forts down. They have a little bit of damage done to this bottom fort as well, and the top keep. And Artemis doing a great job of just kind of vibing down here. Making sure they keep him there so all the other lanes can get pressure. But it's a 4-on-5 right now. That top camp being taken. CCS knows that Artemis is not 5 here. And he's about to show mid as well. And this is just kind of a really interesting strategy. They're just having Leo double soak like this is a level 1 game right now. Is that a Silence Entomb? Oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't rip that. That was pretty close. Look at the wave clear. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, minions. Flashlight. Oh, it's the discount flashlight is the blaze flame strike. Yeah, Artemis starting this camp, just being a homie. Oh my gosh, that could be an Entomb right there. They're looking for it. He's looking for the Entomb. Is this the fight? Is this the fight? Oh my god, what a shield! The Entomb comes out, but there's a good stasis and a good disengage by the Falstad this time around. The only thing we didn't see there were the Lightning Breath, the Scarlet Aegis, and the Riptire. And Odin, actually. That was a pretty good trade, honestly, in favor of Artemis right before this objective comes up. With that Gust being down now, that is a pretty devastating blow for CCS. Good unstop pop by the Joe, making sure she gets out of there in time. You just wait, you wait till you get 10 minions, and then you pop Odin here. Or are you just popping it now? Clear out this first batch, and then pop Odin. Okay, it's Odin time. Kalmansky. It's Odin. It's Odin time. It's too late. They're coming in. There is the damage onto the Johanna, or rather the Diablo. So we see it pop, and now here comes Tychus damage. In it comes. The big red button has been pushed, and he's going ham, but a beautiful gust. And are they there to get the light bomb combo? No. And now Tychus is just decimating CCS right now. 14-19. The Entomb is counter pretty hard, but if you Entomb the Anduin, you just win the video game. 32-14 right now in favor of Artemis. They are going to be able to take this objective, but how many people will be left over when this is done? There's the bunker, and the Scarlet Aegis comes out as well. Lightning Breath not doing much as he's taking massive percent damage from that Leo. I mean, 7 is keeping his team remarkably healthy with that Whitemane. And now here comes a level 23, 25-minute Punisher into the bottom fort, which is going to go down rapidly. Gustus online. This is a bit of a problem here for Artemis. All the other lanes are looking just fine. There's a time stop. Interesting play there by the Chromie. Artemis says, let me in. Let me in! Are we going to see an engage here by the Johanna? If I was, I'd be following up the next boop. Oh my god, it hits 3 people! There's a shield, but a good stasis by the Chromie. Mansky taking a ton of damage. Here comes a re-engaged light bomb combo though, and the damage is massive in the backline. Chromie doing everything she can to keep her team in this game as the Johanna and Tychus fall. Unstoppables are popped. Well, this is bad for Artemis. Good peel by the Junkrat. Leo doing everything he can to get out of here. And 7 just says, go. Go, I got this. I'll be the hero. I can be your hero, baby. She's trying to peel, but it's not working. The team. Is she out? She's not out. Right? She's okay. Okay. She almost got out. Are they gonna call game? I don't think you can, but you can definitely take this keep. Gustum bunker, man, who gets caught. Yeah, that's true. It's gotta have to be a massive, I don't think they can end. And, guess what? Artemis, and this is a mid lane, they still have their fort now, and their keep in the mid lane, so this is pretty good for Artemis. If you gotta trade a keep, this is the one you want. I think the next Punisher is gonna do it, unless it's mid lane. Unless it's mid lane, and, and Artemis loses. I think we see only one more Punisher. But we're going to have our regular macro intermission taken right now. Bruiser Camp being taken on the top. Siege Camp taken on the bottom. Blaze going back to clear lanes. Leo doing the same. And yeah, everybody take a break and we'll see you in 30 seconds when the objective comes up again. They don't have a healer. They don't have a healer. Light Bomb is popped. Unstoppable there as well. Oh, there's a boop onto Slick Rub. Are we going to see an engage? There's the Entomb! There's what we're talking about! There's the shield! But a really nice job getting that bunker down in a hurry. Big red button, though. Going to be doing a massive amount of damage. Brainer's getting really low. The pull, I think that's double pulls down. And the Chromie takes out the Junkrat in the backline. Dark Hole is getting really low as well. And very suddenly, this has turned into a nightmare for Artemis. They have to stay alive here. All 4 of them have to stay alive. And Whitemane is still alive with full mana. They are looking well. Oh, big damage done to Wolf. The new kit Slick Rub. This Whitemane. How much healing? Actually less than the Anduin. It's pretty surprising to see. Oh my god. Brainer is giving me a heart attack, dude. Brainer is just crazy. And this keep goes down. That's 2 keeps. Artemis saying, take our forwards, but we're playing for keeps. I mean, they're not going to have the Junkrat for this yet, but the map pressure that they have is very good right now, as Wolf is taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to back and fly in, and Leo's going to go start this objective. They have map control, so they know where they are. Leo's going to get a huge head start here, and this is massive for Artemis. Only 20 seconds left on Odin. Odin will be here for this next objective. So much free keep damage tonight. Yeah, for sure. It's only a 3-on-5, but they don't realize that yet. Are we going to see an Entomb? There's an Entomb. Onto the Blaze. There's Bunker. Out comes the Riptire. Leo getting stunned in the back. Big damage onto Wolf. He's able to scurry away. And Artemis is doing a really good job understanding the situation right now. CCS has to back. They have to. They have to back. So they're just playing this slow. Light Bomb gets no value there. Big damage being done to the backline. Chromie and Falstad are not just doing enough to keep them alive. And now here we have the big red button push. Jotak is just absolutely murking the entire CCS team. He's not stopping. Why would you? You're at full health. You're doing percent damage to Diablo. He's the first to go down. Artemis looking to close out this game. Junkrat going back. Going to start the objective. Shield being whittled down a little bit. Diablo is back, though. 7 is really caught out right now. Oh, but a big trap by the Junkrat. Suddenly 7 is screaming at her team, come back and save me, please. Big stun by the Diablo, but Johanna has her unstoppable as well. Again, Jotak is just absolutely playing out of his mind. Everything hits. Oh, the sidesteps by 7 to avoid being hit by the Chromie. And now the Mortar Punisher is going to be going core, and this is looking real good for Artemis. Everybody alive for CCS. Gust is going to be online. Almost all the buttons other than the Lightning Breath are going to be online here. And here we see it engage. Oh, oh no. Bunker immediately popped. And what? This could be the biggest brain thing ever if they're trying to pull it to mid lane. I don't know. Look at the massive amount of damage being done by the Chromie to the backline of Artemis. But here comes the tire. Here comes... Oh, the tire actually goes down. And this is just an absolute mess of a team fight right now. Diablo is taken out, and I think Artemis has done it. They have forced this into a game 3. Whew. Gust is there, but that ain't enough. That's a 31-minute Punisher. Congratulations to Artemis. A well-earned, hard-earned win. Wow. What a match. Let's take a look at some numbers here. Let's just take a look at some numbers, huh? Look at this Leo. I mean, look at Chromie too. Like, she's pumping it out. But that Leo, 91,000 self-healing. 34,000 soak. I mean, good lord. Is it higher than Junkrat? Yeah. CCS was scared to take their advantage when they had it. Yeah, I mean, as soon as level 20 Gust comes up, you're using that on cooldown. As far as I'm concerned. If you are taking a fight without using Gust, you're making a pretty critical mistake. Damage across the board. Pretty spread out. I mean, pretty even, honestly. The Johanna doing almost as much damage as the Tychus. In case you're wondering if Johanna still does damage. Yeah. Brainer with that W build. Diablo. 90,000 damage. That was an awesome game. It was so close. That was a 31-minute game with only 19 kills between both teams. I'll let you guys look over the talents. I gotta use the restroom. I will be right back for game 3. Alright, I am back. Let's see if a lobby's made. No. One last quick look at the numbers here. I'll let you guys take a peek before we switch over. Want to see the minions' structure damage knock down 3 keeps uncontested. Yeah. And it, just sometimes that's how she goes, you know? Yeah, been an awesome series so far. And where else would we go to finish off an NGS game but not Towers of freaking Doom? I am so psyched for this. Towers of mother freaking Doom. I mean, it had to come down to this map, right? It had to. It had to be you. I'm gonna go lay down soon, but I'll lurk as the game goes off. Good luck. Can't officially cheer for the team as the impartial professional and Omega booted dude. I know who you're rooting for, Raka. You can't hide that information from me. I don't know about the fire breath, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about it either. I probably would have gone APOC, especially with the Falstad combo. I think it all comes down to comfortability. Well, it's a good point with the white main thing. If white main isn't able to stand still and do damage, then, she can't heal. She's got to be able to channel a lot of her abilities. So getting her to move off her spot, that's why diving her is so good, right? But the white main also is playing pretty damn well. I mean, every team fight, they just didn't lose health towards the end there. I think it was after 16, something like that. It's when they really started to turn that game around. What an absolute saga of a match, by the way. Absolute saga. Trading APOC for Riptire is sometimes worth it. Wonder how much damage would be done if you, instead of going Riptire, you go Rocket Ride. I mean, because Diablo pops Spell Shield, essentially, when he's about to go in into Lightning Breath. Is that last long enough to absorb a Junkrat Rocket Ride and then all the subsequent bombs that are there afterwards? And is it worth it just for that? It's kind of it's a different type of team fight style though, where it's not a hard engage, obviously, right? Because you get a couple of stuns, you say, okay, I'm going to stun this particular target. Junkrat goes in the air and they try to blow it up. And now Rocket Ride does a ton of damage, but is it worth not having a Junkrat then for that duration? Probably not, and that's really why you don't see it taken. Just talking out of my ass as we wait for the next game here, by the way. I really don't think Rocket Ride is a viable ultimate in most scenarios. Unless you're doing off-lane, run it down Junkrat on, like, Warhead Junction, maybe. Which, by the way, we just say Warhead Junction's the worst map in the entire game, and always will be. I think Diablo just cancels Rocket Breath and walks away from the... Right. Well, that's the point, though, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that a decent enough counter to warrant him actually walking away from that? Or does the spell armor just mean, like, weh, whatever? I'd actually like to see that, might do that in try-mode once. CCS had a chance to end it a little risky. They should have tried it. It was, what, 5-3? And they went to just take the keep? I think if Gust had been up, they could have tried. But I don't think they had Gust. And I think that's what they were a little worried about. They didn't seem like them normal selves that game. They just seemed very timid. Game 3, ladies and gentlemen, Towers of Doom. Lost Vikings band. I can feel myself losing my voice. Who's gonna get the Junkrat this game? The team that has picked the Junkrat has won the video game. Will that remain the same going into this game 3? Mephisto band. They must have a pretty badass Mephisto player that all 3 games were banned out. A lot of respect out of CCS. They're sick of the Falstad. Falstad particularly strong on this map. Also, each team that has had the Johanna has won the game. So, will we see a swap? Well, now we see the Johanna go to the one team, and now the Junkrat to another. Drink something cold. I am drinking. Well, I'm drinking something that's cooling or heating up pretty quick in my hand. Drinking a Coors Light. There's the Junkrat. The battle of the Juggernauts. Junkrat versus Johanna. Which undefeated champion will come out alive? And the Lucio swiped out from under Slick Rub. So now we are likely going to see another Anduin. No Falstad, so... what else do they play? Will we see a Syl picked up here? Or maybe the Leo right away? There's Leo and the Rhaegar. Okay. Name of the game is Wave Clear, and so far CCS has it. Second phase of bans. Who are we banning? They need a DPS. Ming? I don't know what else they play. Oh my god. Am I? Huh? Do I just say words and they become truth? What do they ban here? They still need an offlaner. They could ban the Blaze. Sergeant Hammer. I expect to see something different out of Artemis. Something just a little bit off meta here. They already have really strong wave clear. They have a strong healer. Maybe like a melee assassin comp type thing? Or maybe a double bruiser with like a hyper carry Junkrat. Could be strong here. Nope. We're gonna see very meta stuff. Both DPSs need to be picked up here. This could be a Syl. It's very strong on this map. Who else? Vala could get a lot of value here. Maybe we'll see a mage like a Tassadar, who could be very oppressive on capturing points.
Victory for the Forsaken.
We do see the Syl, but instead of a Tassadar, we see a Gul'dan picked up out of Eric. So CCS going for more wave clear than you could ever seen in your life. Jotak needing an offlaner. I assume it'll be a Dahaka. Could go Blaze as well. Stop the Wombo combo from CCS. Yeah, this is Dahaka. Chains is upon us. Can't we get a prosthetic arm for Dahaka? Why does he have to have a stump? I feel bad for the guy. You mean to tell me the Queen of Blades can't give him an extra arm, for God's sakes? Come on, Kerrigan, be better. Anyway. I hope you all are excited. I am. It's been an incredible series so far, and we are going to a pivotal Game 3. It's CCS against Artemis. It's Div B West semifinal. It's about to get on the way. Towers of Doom. Our home team tonight.
Prepare yourself for
Can't connect stuns.
heroes.
Wolf on the Syl, Slick Rub playing Lucio, Eric on Gul'dan, the Mainski on that Leo, and Brainer bringing up the rear on the Johanna. From right to left, our home team Artemis. 7 on the Lucio, Ramu on Junkrat, Ashkan on the Tychus,
The battle
Dark Horse
begins
on the Nubarak,
in
and
10
Jotak
seconds.
on that Dahaka.
5,
4,
3, 2,
1.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh. Well, I don't have to pause it at least, because they know where they are. Actually, that's not true. I should pause it. I should pause it. They don't technically know that they're all mid. Oops. She actually can't. Dahaka will explicitly not allow his evolution and growth to be directed. Brainer went to get a soda, and apparently he was gone throughout the whole draft. Meme of destruction. We have a 7, but no 11. Alright, we're going back into it. Brainer is supposedly back, which basically tells Artemis he's here. You can just kind of go do what you want. Are we going to see a little bit of a cheese action here? Probably not, especially because they don't have a tank. That is why you see Artemis already go to lane. Holy god, look at their wave. Okay, but you forgot a minion. So because they're worried about the cheese, Artemis starting in lane already, going to be a little bit slow rotating to this bottom lane. Lucio getting cut off, giving him the old Booperino. Massive damage being done to Dark Horse. Eric is caught out on an island though. Yeah, that could be a very dead Eric. Oh, but he missed the stun. Great sidestep by Eric. And this is what you see teams doing nowadays, especially good teams on Towers of Doom. It's no longer a 1-4 map, right? It's a 1-1-3 or a 1-4, but you're rotating mid-bot. You gotta get pressure into the other lanes, whittle down the walls of the other lanes, and try to apply pressure wherever you can. So any amount of damage being done to these towers here in the mid lane is where you're gonna see the biggest advantage. So far, that advantage is going to CCS. Potentially see an engage here, but against Junkrat, that would be ill-advised. We take a quick look at the talents as we get into level 3 here. We see full suck build from that Gul'dan, already 4 orbs in favor of him. Nothing crazy, nothing really out of the ordinary from anybody else. Maybe Taika's going to press the advantage at 1, a little bit strange. Instead of grenade, but actually I think the Tychus went dash build last time too. So everybody is pretty healthy here for Artemis. I wonder if we're going to have a little bit of an engage. Not quite though. They're just very content getting the level 4s. Massive damage by Eric here. Double orbs again. Eric is well on his way. 6 globes now in 2 minutes to completing that level 1 quest. It's the meme of destruction. Both teams rotating well, and if I'm still and I see them all mid, I'm pushing in towers. This bottom lane has already taken so much damage from Artemis. Still doing a great job sidestepping, able to get the heck out of dodge there. First objective phase is up, and this is the type of stuff that's going to favor Artemis. They have the only global of the game, right? So, what's going on up here? Just bashing each other over the head. So here's the deal. They're going to be able to cap that. And then Dahaka's going to be able to dig down. Do a little diggy-do.
Go forth and claim the altars in my name. The Raven Lord demands.
So CCS just has to do a good job stalling. Yeah, called the bluff. Big engage. Dark Horse currently has nothing. The Dahaka is dug down. And why does that keep coming up? And it looks like Leo is just content to keep double soaking. And unfortunately, he's not even going to get one wave off of Dahaka before Artemis is able to cap this. And great job here by Ramaru getting that mid soak so Dahaka can go up and not take a ton of damage to this top fort. Really well done by Artemis in that first objective. See dings again from the Tychus. Camp's up in 1 second. Camp's almost exactly at the same time being popped. Do we see a gank on Leo? No. Pretty interesting. What is Artemis doing? Their camp is up. They're losing bottom wave soak. This is very strange. There must have been a call to gank mid, but you can't really gank a Leo. Maybe Dahaka has dig and they try to bait him into going for this camp. Dark Horse taking a massive amount of damage. The Unstoppable comes out, but it's not enough. The last auto attack from Silk comes out. And now Artemis has to give this camp a really strange call there to kind of rotate mid. And now they're going to have 6 pumpkins they're going to have to deal with here. And they are way caught too far out. Rom, just in time, is able to boop himself away. Junkrat, agile as can be. But 1 pumpkin lands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this tower's just gone. Well done here by CCS. The Junkrat gets the boot, but it don't matter because, oh, Unstoppable pop. Well done by Slick Grub, getting that cleanse out. And this should be 5 shots in favor of CCS. Or not. What is happening? What is going on? It's a double bluff. It's the old double bluff. Oh, they're level 10. So Artemis just can't do anything. They just have to let Leo cap. Are we going to see ults popped here? It's 10-9. Honestly, pretty surprised, even under this tower, that Artemis is stepping up as far as they are. The shield from Brainer misses, but a ton of damage being done. A Horrify comes out, but it doesn't catch anyone worth a while. And a lot of ults have gone down now for CCS, but not Mind Control yet. We did also see the Ancestral, Entomb, Horrify, and Blessed Shield and other Johanna. Dahaka trying to get level 10s for his team. Oh my goodness, Eric is doing just an ungodly amount of damage. What is the number right now? 16k to 11 from the Tychus. Wolf taking the brunt of the Tychus, or Junkrat grenades. Beetles are finally popped. Oh, they thought they were leaving. As soon as they left, they pulled me back in. A lot of damage being done to Artemis right now. But down comes the Dahaka. Mind Control. great unstop by the Lucio. And now a great tongue onto Eric as he takes a massive amount of damage, but it's too far. The Junkrat boops him too far away. And what looked to be an easy 4v5 for Artemis, basically nothing happens. All the ults are traded out. We don't see the Tychus pop Odin here, which is pretty surprising. They need to take this tower down so they can actually contest some of these objectives. As we quickly look at the ultimates here that we've basically already seen. We saw the Cocoon, the high five. We haven't seen Odin yet. Isolation came out a little bit late, and we saw the Riptire early. If that Riptire had booped that Gul'dan back a little bit farther, I think he just kind of dies. Oh, that is a very dead Tychus. No, not quite.
Now,
Leo is going to be able to cap both of these. Not great siege potential here, as we're seeing from Artemis, as they just cannot. They basically just take half this back so far. They've been working at this tower for a good 2 minutes.
the altar is ours.
Rhaegar goes back and caps it.
On the Gravekeeper.
A couple of pumpkins potentially trying to get their way in for a couple more points onto the core. They're not going to find home. I mean, Dahaka needs to come here. This just has to be called. Oh, Dahaka comes in, but it's super telegraphed. Good stun by the Anu. Ooh, Jotak taking a ton of damage, but he's got his trait. I mean, look at this defense here by CCS. They're just doing everything right now. Getting the blinds on the right targets. Junkrat's really spreading his damage out a little bit there. There's a shield under tower. There's the Hortify, but a really nice cleanse by the Lucio, and he's able to get the heck out of dodge. Lucio just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So well done. So well done with the high fives from Lucio. Tychus taking a lot of damage. There's a Cocoon onto the sill. But it is quickly cleared by his team, and he's able to get out. CCS finally deciding they have gotten enough value out of this bottom tower, and I would agree. They spent at least 3 or 4 minutes down there on the bottom tower. Meanwhile, Leo and Dahaka are probably bored out of their mind. Dahaka got to come in for some action. Oh, that's a face check. Oh no, the mind control onto the Lucio isn't going to be enough to kill him. The high five goes off too late. And a beautiful mind control out of the sill to get the Lucio. A devastating blow before 2 more objectives come online.
The altars in my name.
Good poke here by the noob. Oh, there's a good tongue onto the Gul'dan, and the Gul'dan is just gonna walk out 40 some HP, no big deal. Counter engaged by the Leo. The Entomb is good. Dark Horse taking a ton of damage. Eric back at nearly half health. Oh my gosh. Oh, Dark Horse is very in there. It's starting to look desperate here for Artemis. They're trying to make something happen. And the game isn't over yet. You can't panic in towers. You just can't.
Doomed.
You just can't panic on Towers of Doom. Oh boy, Jotak. Run, run, run. Run, 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 run. You don't have to make something crazy happen. As long as you have 1 HP on your core, you have a chance. That has been proven many, many times. But they can't let these pumpkins go. You can't let this tower go down. There's a shield onto the Tychus as soon as Unstoppable comes out. Good unstop there by the Lucio. And this tower is going to fall yet again. CCS looking to push in 1 more pumpkin. The pumpkin's going to die. If CCS continues to play this well on this map, it's going to be hard to come back. I think the level 20s for CCS are better too. I mean, there's just big red buttons okay, but the Cocoon really doesn't do much. splash isolation, like they're never going to be really stacked up.
Once more.
Junkrat doesn't really have anything game-breaking at 20. I honestly think they may have just even got a little bit out-drafted here. Yeah, Artemis was too split up on that. Up a level and half, 16s. Triple altars are now up. I mean, this is gonna be... This could be potentially game.
What? I mean,
This is double altar and boss, and this is just game. Artemis is looking to invade here onto the Leo. As you see, Rhaegar's gonna get the bottom, but they're trying to channel this top. Junkrat got the top. They're trying to make something happen here. They're doing a pretty good job of it so far. Zoning out. Oh, Junkrat gets a good boop onto Eric, but there's just no follow-up ever. Odin is down. They don't have to take this fight. If you lose this fight, you just lose the game. And a huge entomb from the main ski coming out. Ancestral is going to be there in time. Yes, it does. Eric is going to live to see another day. Ram RU, rather, doing a bunch of damage. Eric is trying to poke, or rather trying to cap. Oh my gosh, there's so much is happening right now. Everybody's getting real low. Who's going to be the first to fall? It looks like CCS is going to clean it up. The Anub is the first to go. And I think that's game. Are they going to do boss? They're ripping boss right now. But they don't have the Junkrat. That's it. That's game. They don't... There's nothing they can do. CCS can't connect stuns. Wins it. Congratulations to them. There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 5-0. That's pretty dominant. I mean, it's a lot of healing for a relatively short game. Let's see if they want to come in and say hi to us. Hey guys.
Hello.
Congratulations. As somebody would say, CCS.
Let's go.
Let's go. Boy, there was a lot of build-up going into that last game, and while you guys played incredibly well, I was hoping for a little more back and forth. But you guys kind of had the floor, the pedal to the floor on that one, and that was awesome. So, boy, what a long series.
It has been a long series.
Yeah, the Infernal Shrine games was iffy. It was my first technical game on Chromie in the NGS, so I played a little iffy. I probably should have won a different build. That's on me. Probably, I think we'd have done a little bit better with that. But
I mean, you went what, that 20? You went
I went piercing at 20.
Right, and you went W. I mean, I think that's solid, honestly, and I definitely like the slowing sands. I think you got value out of that.
Yeah.
Where did we even start? I don't even remember. Garden. We went to Garden first. That was their pick.
Yeah, I can't believe they took us there. Like, what's wrong with them, first of all?
Okay, well, we're being nice. Some people like Garden. I don't. I think it's trash. But some other people enjoy Garden.
I think that was their first Garden game also.
Yeah.
So it's possible they could have just said, well, what don't they feel, what they feel that you guys aren't super comfortable on. Okay, take them to Garden. If they haven't played Garden either, let's go there. And it was a very close game. Coming down to the end, the teams that had the Joe and the Junk, the first two games, had actually won. So it was kind of interesting to see how the drafts played out there. But yeah, Garden's
Yeah. For sure. I think mostly the second game was the Junk prevented us from engaging at all, because the junk just prevented Diablo from charging, or even our Blaze from charging. So every time they try to charge in, just the junk route would just be there. So it's very hard for us to engage into that. We did pretty well early, but once they reached 20 and Leo just kind of sat in our back line and he kind of could just do whatever he wanted.
Yeah,
So,
that the Leo was incredible that second game. I mean, it's just stupid amount of damage, and getting value from the what is that Despair at 20. I don't typically see that talent taken, but holy crap, did it work there?
yeah, he had 130k damage or something like that.
It was ludicrous.
Yeah.
But you guys just overall played really well. The first two games especially were just awesome to watch, and then this game 3, you really just closed it out. It seemed there was a focus on wave clear. Is that kind of what the thought process was drafting here?
For our last game?
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of comfort heroes, especially since that was my first Towers of Doom game this season.
Was it really? Holy shit.
Usually we have another player play all the Towers of Doom games, so I never have to. But he wasn't feeling well tonight, so I had to come play it.
Wait, we can do
100% win
that?
rate?
I'm gonna have to do that
100% win rate.
Yeah, that's gonna get banned next match for sure now. Well, you guys played it extremely well, and I think that comp really worked for you. Just the poke damage that you had with the Gul'dan was very impressive, and obviously Leo doing Leo things.
There's a couple times I definitely should have died, and honestly, I'm not sure how. I got really low twice with the Dahaka drag, and I'm very unsure how I lived both times. It was close.
It was about 48 HP, and the Leo had come down to Entomb to cut off the reinforcements there when you get dragged under tower in mid lane.
Yep.
And then I think you maybe got Ancestral after that, but
I think my tank blessed them, and I was barely just getting away.
Oh, okay.
It was close. I'm assuming the Junkrat just ran out of Qs to throw, so I just kind of got lucky at the end there. But for sure, I should have died.
Slick Rub played extremely well tonight.
He usually does.
I mean, he usually does, but it looked exceptional today between all the high fives that he was doing, the Anduin pulls in the second game, and even in this last game now, also 61,000 healing. Not a ton of time in the match to be doing those amount of numbers, and the cleanses that he had were outstanding. He's my MVP for you guys tonight for sure. Especially if you
It's
go
usually
back
my
and watch it.
MVP.
Yeah. As a DPS main myself, if I'm overstepping, I need my healer to bail my ass out. So I feel that. I'm
Slick has to bail out Brainer a lot, so he's used to it.
Yeah, if Brainer's not bailed out at least 3 times in a game, then Brainer's playing passive.
Yeah. Is Brainer the new Zanehyde? Is that kind of what we're going with, or?
He just likes to feed.
Yeah.
He's just a feeder. You know, and
I tell him not to do something.
That's why we love him. Right?
He doesn't listen. Remember?
That's why we usually put on people with like a bajillion health bars, so he won't feed as much.
He complains about me saying like, "Wow, how do you play Junkrat? He has no health." And then, well, he's the one that dies more. So I don't know.
This is a question from Brainer in chat. Can you ask Eric his thoughts on the second game team fight where we should have finished?
Yeah, sure. So, we were both yelling at each other at that point. Like, he was yelling over us, like, "Oh, we should end," and then I think I was yelling, "No, just kill the white man." White man was just sitting down there, and I feel like if we all group up, I think we kill her. But like Rainer, I think thinks if we just ignore her and just go end, kill the bottom keep in the end, we could have ended. He looked back at it and he's like, okay, maybe not ended, but for sure a keep. And then we should not have traded the 2 keeps or 1 keep back there. But yeah, it was kind of a tough spot because we also don't have like we had a Chromie and a Falstad. We didn't really have an insane siege, and I think they still had the junk, or they would have had the junk white main and something else up. I can't remember. So I think it's possible we could have ended, but it would have been kind of close. So It's
who's
it's
are you the
iffy.
shot caller then, or is that Wolf? Or?
I'm usually the shot caller,
Okay.
and then Brainer sometimes inputs.
Okay.
And then Slick also inputs. But
So-
mostly I have the final say.
I agree with you, Eric. I don't think you could have finished. It would have been super risky, and that's basically guaranteeing that if you don't end, the game is over for you.
Yeah.
With level 20 Gust, I think definitely pulling off was the call. Now, that being said, somebody didn't use Gust a few times, where I feel like maybe it could have been utilized a little more.
Wolf.
You know,
But you live and learn, and it didn't come back to bite you that much. So
hey, I had to pull out Falstead for the first time this series too. So
Yeah, I mean, it's either you play Falstead or usually you play Junk or something else that I usually play. So
yeah, usually Eric's playing Falstad. Usually I just stick to my auto attackers and call it a day.
yeah, you can't go wrong with an auto attacker. But yeah, I mean there was just a lot of Brainer says straight up screaming match. Okay.
it was.
Well, you guys were able to pull it out. Congratulations to you. You're going to be moving on. Do you know who you're facing yet? Is the matchup all set?
I don't
It's either Spooky Ghosts or Gambit Gaming.
Gambit Gaming. Okay. That is being
So-
played next week, I think. I think it's going to be a
maybe.
minute. Let me just see here. I think I picked up that cast. Maybe it's tomorrow. I picked up a few games, and I don't know who's that, but I'm pretty sure I tried to cast it. But anyway, I can look at this later. So congratulations. You have any shoutouts, other comments? You want to yell at Brainer anymore in the chat, or? anything
Yeah,
else
Brenner's a
before we go?
nerd.
Yeah.
so-
Super nerd.
Big nerd. Other than that, I think a shout out to Volk's mom first of all,
Volk's
and
mom, yep.
Mayneski's mom, and
Your mom.
my mom. Apparently,
Yep.
Wolf says.
Shout out
Everyone's
to you
moms.
for casting us, and shout out to Artemis. It was really tight series. It was good way to start the finals.
Yeah, you made us yell at me and Brainer had a shouting fight. So yeah, good on you guys.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for the time. Good luck moving forward, and we'll see you around for sure.
Bye.
Hey, bye. Thank you.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Congratulations again to CCS 2-1 victory over Artemis. Well fought by both teams, with CCS just getting the edge. We'll be back, I believe, tomorrow. I've been trying to pull it up on the NGS website, but I feel like there's a lot of people looking at it, and maybe it's just overloaded right now. Probably Wednesday. I thought it was Wednesday. I thought I picked it up for Wednesday. Which would be... Oh, it would be next week, Wednesday. Oh, okay, here we go. So, we have Thursday. Thursday, tomorrow night, right here, is going to be the semifinals matchup between Team Rainbow Shrooms Go and Phoenix Rising Amethyst. We have We Hate, A License to Kill OBJ, and Souls in Slow-Mo. Rocco will be streaming that. Dream Beam against Animaniacs on Dudette's channel. And Heavy Hitters against Psystorm Probes. Going to be cast by 7th Ace. We still have one more matchup at 10 o'clock Central tomorrow between Creepy Crawly Spiders, so CCS and Community Pizza. If anybody's able to pick that up, any casters, please let us know. And on Sunday, on this channel in particular, Heavy Slaps, House of Ches. Really looking forward to that matchup as well. That's it for me. My name is Eternal Blue. Thank you so much for coming out to support NGS and the rest of these players. I hope everybody has a wonderful night.